Black Hollywood.
ITL.
Wanting to find acceptance within your tribe.
Baby, you will fall. That's gonna happen. Life be lifing, but you can get back up. How we heal must look different.
Get rid of the unions. SAG has done nothing. Actors are struggling. Yeah, it is hard unless you do it right.
All I'm saying is, survive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan.
Thank you. Thank you. I told all my friends I was going to come up here and say thank you and walk off. I can't. There's no way. I got so many people I can thank. In all the videos, you never just saw me. You saw Scottie Pippen. Every championship I won. I mean, my competitive nature has gone a long way from the first time I picked up any sport. Baseball, football, ran track, basketball, anything that missed class, I played it. When you think about, so they started the fire in me. That fire started with my parents. And then, as I moved on in my career, people added wood to that fire. So in essence, I think the players win the championship and the organization have something to do with it, don't get me wrong. But don't try to put the organization above the players, because at the end of the day, the players still got to go out there and perform. You guys got to pay us, but I still got to go out and play. Obviously, you see my kids, Jeffrey, Marcus, Jasmine, I love you guys. I think you guys represent a lot of me, a lot of different personalities. Your mom, you represent them as well. I think that you guys have a heavy burden. I wouldn't want to be you guys if I had to, because of all the expectations that you have to deal with. I mean, look around you. They charging $1,000 tickets for this game, for this whole event. It used to be $200. But I paid it. I had no choice. I had a lot of family, a lot of friends I had to bring in. So thank you, Hall of Fame, for raising the ticket price, I guess. But you guys, I love you guys. You guys just don't know. You got a whole host of people supporting you, family, friends, people that you don't know, relatives coming out of the woodworks, no matter how you look at it. But I think we taught you right, your mom and I, and hopefully you can make the right decision when the time comes. My mom, what else can I say my mom? My mom never stays still. You think I'm busy. She's always on the go. And without her, she's a rock. She's unbelievable. Right now, she takes over 2 jobs. She's an unbelievable woman. I mean, if I got anybody that's nagging me each and every day, it is her. And she constantly keeps me focused on the good things about life. How people perceive you, how you respect them, what's good for the kids, what's good for you, how you're perceived publicly. Second thought, take a pause and think about, things that you do. And that all came from my parents, came from my mom. And she's still at this stage, and I'm 46 years old, she's still parenting me today. And that's a good thing about that lady. I love her to death. I love her to death. And I'm gonna thank a couple people that you guys probably wouldn't even think that I would thank. Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, George Gervin. Now they say it was a so-called freeze out in my rookie season. I wouldn't have never guessed, But you guys gave me the motivation to say, you know what? Evidently, I haven't proved enough to these guys. I got to prove to them that I deserve what I've gotten on this level. And no matter what people may have said, if it was a rumor, I never took it as truth. But you guys never froze me out because I was just happy to be there, no matter how you look at it. You know, and from that point forward, you know, I wanted to prove to you, Magic, Larry, George, everybody, that I deserve to be on this level as much as anybody else. And I hopefully, over the period of my career, I've done that, without a doubt. You know, even in the Detroit years, we've done that. Pat Riley, I mean, you and I, we go way back. I still remember in Hawaii. You remember in Hawaii where you and I was coming in, you were, I guess, leaving, and you decided to stay a couple extra days, but you were in my suite, and they came and they told you you had to get out of my suite. And you slid a note underneath my door, although you had to move, you did move. You slid a note saying, I enjoyed the competition, congratulations, but we will meet again. And I take the heart in that because I think, in all honesty, you are just as competitive as I am, you know, even from a coaching standpoint. And you've challenged me every time I played the Knicks, the Heat. And I don't think you were with the Lakers, but anytime I played against you, you had Jordan Stoppers on your team. You had John Starks, who I loved. You even had my friend Charles Oakley saying we can't go to lunch, we can't go to dinner because Pat doesn't believe in fraternizing between the two of us. And this guy hit me harder than anybody else in the league, and he was my best friend. Patrick Ewing, we had the same age, we came out the same time, but we couldn't go to lunch. Why is this? You think I'm gonna play against Patrick any different than I play against anybody else? No. And then you had your little guy who was on your staff who became the Knicks coach after you, Jeff Van Gundy. He said, I conned the players, I befriended them, and then I attack them on the basketball court. Where did that come from? I just so happen to be a friendly guy. I get along with everybody, but at the same time, when the light comes on, I'm as competitive as anybody you know. You know, so you guys, I must say thank you very much for giving me that motivation that I desperately needed. Phil Jackson is, to me, he's a professional Dean Smith. You know, he challenged me mentally, not just physically. You know, he understood the game, along with Tex Winter. They taught me a lot about the basketball game. Tex being the specialist, you know, I could never please Tex. And I love Tex. Tex is not here, but, you know, I know he's here in spirit. He is. I can remember a game coming off the basketball court, and we were down, I don't know, 5 to 10 points, and I go off about 25 points, and we come back and win the game. And we're walking off the floor, and Tex looked at me and says, you know, there's no I in team. I say, Tex, it's not an I in team, but it's I in win. I think he got my message. I'd do anything to win. You know, if that means we play team format, we win. If that means I have to do whatever I have to do, we're gonna win, no matter how you look at it. And then you had all your media naysayers. Oh, scoring champion can't win an NBA title, or you know, you're not as good as Magic Johnson, you're not as good as Larry Bird. You're good, but you're not as good as those guys. You know, I had to listen to all this, and that put so much wood on that fire that it kept me each and every day trying to get better as a basketball player. Now, I'm not saying they were wrong. I may have looked at them from a different perspective, you know, but at the same time, as a basketball player, I'm trying to become the best that I can, you know, and for someone like me who achieved a lot in over the time of my career, you look for any kind of messages that people may say or do to get you motivated to play the game of basketball at the highest level, because that is when I feel like I excel at my best. And my last example of that, and the last one that you guys probably have seen, I hate to do it to him, but he's such a nice guy. And when I first met Brian Russell, John and Carl should remember this. I was in Chicago in 1994. I was working out for baseball. They came down for a workout and shoot around. I came over to say hello. And at this time, I had no thoughts of coming back and playing the game of basketball. And Brian Russell came over to me and said, "You know what, man, why'd you quit? Why'd you quit? You know I can guard you. If I ever see you in a pair of shorts, you remember this, John?" And so when I did decide to come back in 1995, and then we played Utah in '96, I'm at the center circle, and Brian Russell sitting next to me, and I look over to Brian. I said, "You remember this conversation you made in 1994 about I think I can guard you, I can shut you down, I would love to play against you. Well, you about to get your chance." And believe me, ever since that day, he got his chance. I don't know how succeeding he was, but I think he had his chance, and believe me, I relished on that point, and from this day forward, if I ever see him in shorts, I'm coming at him. I know you guys got to go. I know I've been up here a lot longer than I told my friends I was going to be up here. I cried. I was supposed to get up here and say thank you and walk off, and I didn't even do that. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. As I close, the game of basketball has been everything to me. My refuge, my place I've always gone when I needed to find comfort and peace. It's been a source of intense pain and a source of most intense feelings of joy and satisfaction, and one that no one can even imagine. It's been a relationship that has evolved over time and has given me the greatest respect and love for the game. It's provided me with a platform to share my passion with millions in a way I neither expected nor could have imagined in my career. I hope that it's given the millions of people that I've touched the optimism and the desire to achieve their goals through hard work, perseverance, and positive attitude. Although I'm recognized with this tremendous honor of being in the Basketball Hall of Fame, I don't look at this moment as a defining end to my relationship with the game of basketball. It's simply a continuation of something that I started a long time ago. One day you might look up and see me playing the game at 50. Oh, don't laugh. Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. Thank you very much. Look forward to it.
Dennis Rodman.
No, hold on. Wow. Sorry, Scottie. Sorry. I think, wow. I just think all these people first before I get to the major part of this situation. I think my college coach, Lon Reisman, the Rich family, they had a tragedy in their family. A week ago, their oldest son died of a heart attack. And that's a family that raised me in Oklahoma, and I'm sorry that I couldn't be there. I'd like to thank Frank from Ocean Manor, great friend, thank you. Peggy King, Elkin King, the family that these guys are taking care of me these days. Thank you, Peggy. Steve Simon, Darren Prince, the guys that manage me and keep me out of trouble every day. Nikki C, Austin Bryden, Penny Marshall, she's here. Where you at, Penny? That shit is right there. That shit is right there. And she's doing my documentary. I hope I be living by then, so. So I just feel I'm being honest. I thank Dwight Manley, that's been a great friend to me for years and years. Thank you, Dwight. Big Will, Floyd Ragland, George Trentafello, great friend. My Bull teammates, Johnny Giannopoulos, Pete Giannopoulos, his dad, senior. That pretty much covers everybody, doesn't it? But I want to get to the bulk of my playing days. It wasn't Dennis Rodman. It wasn't me that. I didn't play the game for the money. I didn't play the game to be famous. What you see here is more just an illusion that I love to just be an individual that's very colorful. There's a lot of people that I really want to thank, and I'm going to thank them in a minute. But I'd like to thank David Stern and all the NBA community to even just have me in the building. Sorry about that. But this game's been very good to me. You know, I could have been anywhere in the world. I could have been dead. I could have been a drug dealer. I could have been homeless. I was homeless. And a lot of you guys here that's been here, and a lot of you guys are here that's in the Hall of Fame, know what I'm talking about, living in the projects and trying to get out the projects. And I did that, but it took a lot of hard work and a lot of bumps along the road. But I'd like to talk about four individuals that's really have been an impact on my life. I'm talking about male figures. I never had a father. My father left me when I was 5 years old. He has 47 kids in the Philippines, and I'm the oldest one. And he wrote a book about me in Chicago, and he made a lot of money, but he never came and said hello to me. But that didn't stop me from persevering. But these four guys I'm gonna talk about very shortly: Phil Jackson, Jerry Buss, James Rich, Chuck Daly. Those four guys, man, I mean, if you talk about having a mentor or father or someone you can look up to, you can call any time of the day, need a shoulder to cry on, a hand to shake, or just speak your mind. And, you know, these four guys, if you cremated all these guys and you made them into one, they're pretty much a perfect individual. And no matter what, they're four seasons to me. You know, I can be the good guy, the bad guy, the emotional guy, the sad guy. No matter what, these guys always came and talked to me and shook my hand. It wasn't about Dennis Rodman, the flamboyant, the asshole, the dickhead. It it wasn't about that. It was about that. They looked at the individual that had a good heart, was very emotional. And I want to talk about two other people, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. I swear to God, I might be downplaying Isaiah and Joe Dumars, but Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. I mean, for us two duos, probably the best two players that ever played the game. To me, I think that's 1-2. 1-2. And you know, this guy here, you know, Phil Jackson asked me to come to Jerry Krause's house. And he asked me, he said, Dennis, you know, we'd like you to come play, but you have to do one thing for me. Could you go in the kitchen and tell Scottie Pippen you're sorry? And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll do that. So he asked me another question. He said, Dennis, would you like to be a Chicago Bull? I said, my exact words was, I don't give a damn. And Phil Jackson said, welcome to the Chicago Bulls. Okay. And I'm going to end this up in the next minute and a half. But I try to say these 5 people here that's in my life that's very important. My wife there, Michelle, has put up with a lot of crap for me. I'm being honest, it's been a lot of crap for me. I just, you know, I haven't been a great father. I haven't been a great husband. And I think, you know, I can't lie about that. You know, but she's tolerated everything from me for 11 years. And she's raised 2 beautiful kids, 3 beautiful kids right there. You know, DJ with the hat on, Trinity right there, and Tiana right there. And she's been a mother and a father. And I've been very much appreciative of what she's done. And I just wish, you know, anyone say you have any regrets in your career being a basketball player, I said, I have one regret. I wish I was a better father. That's why I was talking about, you know, Phil Jackson, Jerry Buss. Thank you, Jeannie, for letting me share your dad with you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, my mother, Shirley Rodman. So. And this man here, I could hug him because he's the he's the only man that ever cried for me. You know, because I was really burning both ends of that camera for a long time. And that's the reason why I said that I'm surprised I'm still here. And everyone knows that. But I'd like to set the record straight just for the time being, and maybe hopefully that in the future that I can actually try to be somewhat of a good individual and a good father to my kids. And hopefully that I can love you like I used to when I was born. And thank you guys. Yes.
Welcoming Allen to the Hall of Fame are Larry Brown, Julius Erving, John Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Allen Iverson.
Man. Wow. Man, I love y'all too. Wow. First, I just want to thank God for loving me and blessing me. I thank Him for blessing me to be the man that I am, and have no regrets on being the guy that I am and the person that my family love and my friends love, my teammates love, my fans love. I want to thank Mr. Colangelo in the Hall of Fame for honoring me in such a great way. It's truly a blessing, and I'm humbled by it. I want to thank Coach Thompson, Coach Thompson for saving my life. For giving me the opportunity. I was recruited by every school in the country for football and basketball. And an incident happened in high school, and all that was taken away. No other teams, no other schools were recruiting me anymore. My mom went to Georgetown and begged him to give me a chance, and he did. And that's crazy to think that you're the best football player in the world, which I did, and to be sitting up here as a Hall of Famer in basketball. You tell me God ain't good. After I left Georgetown, I was an all right basketball player. I had talent, but once I started to listen to Larry Brown and take constructive criticism, I learned that how much of a great coach that he is. Once I started to listen to him the way I was supposed to, and was coached by him, that's when I became an MVP. That's when I became an all-star. That's when I made first team All-NBA. Once I got the message from him, and I followed his lead all the way. Man, Dr. J. Those shoes, some big shoes, literally. But I got to Philadelphia, and man, those were some big shoes to fill with a size 10 foot. You know, he was always supportive of me throughout my career, always gave me words, wisdom, just a great man. And some old school dude, too. I remember coming home from school one day, and my beautiful mom said, "You going to basketball practice?" Like, basketball? I ain't going to no basketball practice. Basketball is soft. You know what I mean? I play football. I'm a football player. I said, "Where you going?" And you remember I cried and I screamed and kicked and clawed and I had to be dragged to practice. I got to practice and I saw all the guys that played on my football team there. So from that point, I played basketball. So I have my mom to thank for that. My dad, man, this is what you created, Daddy. This is what you made. And I'm so proud of you for being that person that I looked up to and being a dad to take care of his kids, showing me the way, showing me about taking care of family. And when you passed that torch to me, I was gracious to take it and run with it. And I appreciate you and I love you, man. My aunt, greatest aunt in the world, hands down. I love you so much. You're a perfect aunt. Man, my uncles, Stevie and Gregory, I really look up to y'all, man. And it means so much to me and taught me a lot. Stevie, you taught me so much about family. I know Nana is up there looking down on me, and I just hope she's proud of me. Man, my babies, my oldest, Tiara, Honey Boo Boo, AKA, Daddy send me some money. My son, Allen Iverson, second, Deuce, I love you, I'm proud of you. Isaiah, Iverson, man so smart, we call him the professor. I need him around the house when something needs to be done or fixed. His mom will say, "Go ask Isaiah. He'll show you how to do it." And you smart, man, and I'm proud of you. And follow your dreams and keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you. Messiah. Messiah, AKA Booby Boo, I love you. You're so great, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much, and you make me so happy. Dream.
Hi. How you doing? Fine? Okay.
Yubby Yub, I love her so much. Ever since she was born, she gotta sleep with Daddy. Got her own room and her own bed, but gotta sleep with Daddy. But I thank y'all for being my crutch in my career. You know what I mean? When I had hard losses, didn't play well, you know, the media treating me like they did throughout my career. I always came home and forgot about all of that once I saw y'all. So thanks for being my crutch, and I love y'all so much. I have to thank this man, because without his vision, I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. And you know, you want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean? I remember the first time I played against him. And I walked out on the court, and I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all watch the Chappelle Show, but he talked about a certain incident where he seen somebody sing Rick James. And like, I literally seen his aura. Like it looked like he was glowing. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, like, man, that's Mike. And I'm looking at him. I can't stop looking at him. Like, I'm looking at his shoes, and I'm like, man, he got on the Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, it was Mike. It was my idol. It was my hero. And I remember just hating the Knicks so much, and the bad boys for beating them up the way they did. I used to watch him and sit on my mom's dresser, and she used to tell me, boy, if you don't get back from that TV before you go blind, you better. Like, I wanted to be that close to him just watching him. Man, my sister, Brandy, I love you, the greatest. I love you for all the times Daddy gave you $100 and you would give me 95 of it. I love you, and I thank you for everything you did for your big brother. I appreciate you. I love you. For those that's no longer here with me, smiling down on me, my Nana, Ra, Troop, Jim, Uncle Ronald, Teresa, Huddy Combs, Anthony Wolf Jones. I hope you're proud of me. My friends, X, Thriller, I love you guys. My man, Kai, and Twan, I love y'all, man. Darby, Gerard, Damon, Day-Day, Larry, Jughead. What's up, Jug? LeBron and his family, Rich, Mav, Randy, Chris Paul and his family, Monty Williams and his family, Stanky Wanky out there. Abe, Kelly Rogers, Marley G, Stum, Man Thompson. We're gonna do a lot of laughing tonight, Jack. Big Bro Kev in Philly, my main man Reggie, love you. 10-4. Leon Rose, super agent, call him Arliss. Gary Moore, man. Where can I begin? I'll start from 8 years old. I love you, bro. And I thank you for the guidance throughout my career and all the help that you've done. Thank you for, when I get in trouble in school, for coming to make sure I got detention instead of getting suspended. For teaching me in sports, if it's me or you, it's me. I love you, man. I can't thank you enough. Boo Williams, man. We won the Nationals, 17 years old. Damn, I'm still waiting on the shoes that you promised us. And our ring. Maybe I'll get it one day. Wanda Arrell, thank you for everything. Pee Wee, hold your head. Be strong. Bobby Mays, Mace, Cameron, Jim Jones, Fab. I want to thank Biggie Smalls, Redman, Jadakiss, Tupac, and Michael Jackson for being my theme music throughout my career. Not too much longer. Aberdeen Raiders. I became a true athlete playing for those guys. Bethel High School. Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey was the first to teach me how to play basketball. My high school coach. I love you. I love your family. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Tony Rutland, my partner in crime in high school. My teammates that I played with in school. Man, my Georgetown family. Y'all know the great centers already, but I love those guys, Kembe, Patrick, Lonzo. Tough act to follow, buddy. I love Miss Michael so much. Miss Finley, if you're watching right now, I love y'all. Boubacar, Al, George Butler, Irvin Church, Yaya, Brendan Gaughan, Othello Harrington, John Jocks, Kevin Millen, Eric Miles, Jerry Nichols, James Reed, Don Reed, Jahadi White, love you, bro. Jerome Williams, I love you, bro, for everything you've done for me. Damon Jackson, Godwin Owinji, Victor Page, James Reed, Joe Tuomo, and Dean Barry. Maybe I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for Dean Barry teaching me the crossover. A walk-on. Man didn't even have his name on the back of his jersey. But at practice, he used to hit me with it so much that I just put my pride aside and said, okay, you got to teach me that move. And I stayed after practice with him every day to learn that move. And all these years later, Allen Iverson is known for the crossover. I have to thank Reebok. Man, gotta thank Reebok. A lifetime contract? Woo! Man, Paul Fireman, Tom Shine, Todd Krinsky, B. Lee, Q Gaskins, man, my friend. The NBA, the NBA, the NBPA, David Stern, Adam Silver, Billy Hunter, Chris Chin. Oh my God, I love you so much. Thanks for all the support. Leah Wilcox, Pat Croce. The only thing that I can say when I think about him is love and belief. He believed in me. He believed that I could be that guy to carry a franchise on my shoulders. It was hard. I had my ups and downs, but obviously I pulled it off. I love you, Pat. Billy King, Al Lumpkin, love you, Lump, Jim, Laura, Mike Preston, Lenny, Mark Zumar, the best commentator, the world's best commentator, hands down. I'm making that a point because I want to see him on the big networks doing it too. Scott Rigo, Dr. McPhillamy, for keeping me healthy, well, almost throughout my career. Karen, Francone, I love you. Kev, Mike Goins, I love y'all. To the media, the love-hate relationship that made me stronger. I want to thank Phil Jasner. I know he's looking down at me. We went through our wars, but I love you. And I know you respected me as a man. Stephen A. Smith. My brother. You was there with me throughout it all. And you're always gonna be my big brother. I always love you, bro. You don't supposed to not talk about when I do make mistakes. That's your job, even though I am your little brother. But you always kept it 1,000 with me. You always was honest and told it like I needed to hear it. And I love and respect you for that. Thank you, D. Lionel. The fans worldwide in China. I love my fans in China. They love me so much. And I love them for respecting my grind. And I go to China every year, and I'll continue to for the rest of my life. The Philly fans. Philly fans. What I love about the only relationship that I feel a player has with a group of fans is probably Michael Jordan and his fans in Chicago. But my relationship with the fans in Philadelphia is like no other. Thank you. And thank y'all for the support over the years. Y'all let me grow. Y'all let me make my mistakes. Never jumped off the bandwagon. Continue to support me like true fans are supposed to. 76er teammates. Doug Overton, love you. Clarence Witherspoon, Lucius Harris, Matt Geiger, Roger Bell, Dikembe, George Lynch, I love you. Todd McCullough, Kevin Ollie, turned out to be a great coach. Why do point guards always end up being coaches? That's what they just used to telling everybody what to do. Nazi Muhammad, Jerry Stackhouse, Derek Coleman, love you. Mark Davis, Don McClain, Sam Dellenberg, Jermaine Jones, Tyrone Hill, Vernon Maxwell, my protector when he played for us. You know he was always willing to fight. Theo Ratliff, Larry Hughes, I love you. My brother, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow. My brothers, man. Definitely my brothers from another mother. I'm so proud of the men that they've turned out to be, the fathers that they are, the family men that they are. Have a lot of respect for y'all, and I appreciate you, definitely. The Denver Nuggets, the fans, George Carl, Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, Kenya Martin, Marcus Camby, Chucky Atkins, Mello, I love you, J.R. Smith, DJ, Gerg, Rex Chapman, Steve Hess. My competition, man. I remember my first game that a man literally destroyed me. And I hadn't been killed like that before in my career, in my lifetime. basically. And I remember Mo Cheeks telling me after the game, I sat in the locker room, I was crying. And Mo Cheeks said, "Don't worry about it, AI. One day you'll get somebody 36, 9, and 9. I can remember I love Lou Williams, and I always think about one day at practice I had scored like 10 in a row on him, and Mo Cheeks said, and Lou was about to cry, and Mo Cheeks said, "Man, hold your head up, don't cry. He do that to everybody." Man, I can't leave without bringing up Shaq. I love him so much as a person. Obviously the most dominant big man we've ever seen, ever. Man, Kobe. True competitor. I know that he's retired now. He's gonna go on to do even greater things. He's a great man, and I love him and I respect him, but he brought everything out of me on the basketball court, and I appreciate him for that. Tyronn Lue. I remember after that series, he went to Washington and got paid. So somebody was at the free throw line, and I said, "Look, man, if you don't stop fouling me like that, we're gonna be fighting out here." And he was, whatever. And I said, "Only reason you got that little $5 million a year is for running around after me." And the man looked at me and said what I would have said: "Thank you." And we've been like this ever since. The ones that stuck by me throughout my journey, I love y'all, and I love the fact that now y'all can walk around and stick y'all chests out and say, y'all Hall of Famers. And all the barbershop talk that my family and all the arguments my friends had with people in the barbershop and the hair salon, now you can say, well, look, my man is solidified. You know what I mean? And they'll come back with, well, my man will be a Hall of Famer one day. Well, we'll have that conversation then when he get in trying. And I'm gonna try to get through this part right here. I know it's gonna be kind of difficult for me, and I'm gonna end on this note, because it's one of those last but not least thing. My number one person in the world, hands down, Tawana Iverson. "24 years, ups, downs, but real love. I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. Not just my career. Yeah, obviously you enabled me to go to work and you took care of home. But for loving me the way you do and caring about what type of person I am and what type of person that I need to be the set example for our babies. You're just the best to me. I love you so much. Looking forward to spending 2 more decades with you. And I want you to be proud of yourself. And I want you to walk around and understand that you are a Hall of Famer. I just want to say thank y'all, and for all the people, every one of you, that supported me throughout this tough journey. I really love y'all for that, because you didn't have to support me. And for all of the men and women that advised me on certain things and helped me, I love y'all. And I want to thank the guys that are not my friends anymore. I'm glad that you blew your cover for me to recognize that you wasn't any good to my family or me. And I appreciate y'all for that. So if I make any more new friends, I know the signs. Thank you.
I'd love to thank these wonderful gentlemen for bringing me in. The Hall of Fame committee asked me to choose one, but as all the coaches know that have coached me, I'm not good with listening to rules. So I picked four. You know, these four have done so much for me. Lonzo Mourning, arch nemesis turned great friend. We both entered the league together in 1992. Had fierce battles together. So he dunked on me, I dunked on him. Then in 2006, we joined forces together to win his first and my fourth title for the Miami Heat. Thank you, Zoe. Couldn't have done it without you. Isaiah Thomas was a man who pulled me aside one day at an All-Star game and explained to me how a team leader was supposed to carry himself. We now work together. We're friends. He's a business mentor. Thank you very much, Mr. Isaiah. Bill Russell, give it up to the greatest big man to ever play the game. When I first met Mr. Russell, we talked for about 3 hours. We talked about his life, his game, and what he had to endure as a player. I realized then that I should never complain about anything. Mr. Russell, it means a lot to me that you would honor me on this day with your presence. Thank you, sir. And last but not least, Julius Dr. J. Irvin. Hey, I know he's your guy, and yeah, he's your guy, but he's really my guy. I always dreamed of being as good as Dr. J. I used to dream about this man so much that one time he broke into my college dorm room and woke me up. Remember that, Doc? I thought I was dead. I was sleeping, and a good-looking brother man put his hand on my chest. I was like, God? I was like, Doc, how the hell you get in my room, bro? I dreamed about this man so much, he moved next door to my parents in Orlando. I dreamed about the Doc so much that he answered the phone when I needed basketball advice. And now my idol walked me into the Hall of Fame. Thank you, brother. The great Jim Valvano once said, the greatest gift anyone can give another person is believing in them. So I'd like to start by saying thank you to those who first believed in me. My first thank you goes to my beautiful mother, Lucille O'Neal. We started off alone together in Newark, New Jersey, with you being a single mom. My first recollection was of you fighting with the bus driver because he refused to believe that a 2-year-old could be this big. But I also remember you ultimately convincing him with that right cross, Mama said knock you out, and him holding his hand over his right eye agreeing, saying, yes ma'am, kids 2 and under do ride for free. I apologize. Though we were alone, family was never too far away. My great-grandmother, Scylla O'Neal, grandmother, Odessa Chambliss, Uncle Roy, Aunt Vivi, Aunt Velma. Because of the love and generosity of family, Mom and I always had a place to lay our heads, and a place where I was able to have my favorite food, which happens to be everything. Then one day, while working at City Hall, Mom met the man who would become the biggest male influence in my life, Sergeant Philip Arthur Harrison. My father, Sergeant Philip Harrison, was a disciplinarian. He was firm but fair. He was my first exposure on how an effective leader operated. And when I didn't listen, I was introduced to his alter ego, affectionately known as the Belt. He was a student of the game. It's because of him I was introduced to the game and developed a love for basketball. He realized that I was going to be a big guy. So I remember he made me memorize 3 names and he would quiz me on them. In his eyes, these 3 guys were gods of the game. Bill Russell, give it up. Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Bill, again, I'm honored that you was able to walk me in. And I know that Wilt and my father are in heaven smiling down upon us. And if I know my father, he's up there arguing with Wilt Chamberlain right now, trying to convince Wilt that his son is the most dominant big man to ever play the game. My first exposure to leadership was when I was given babysitting duties while mom and dad worked and having to corral my brothers and sisters. In a way, this is where I led my first corporation. My sister Latifah was my VP of dishes. My sister Aisha was the chief operating officer of bed making. And my brother Jamal was my director of leaves. They would always report to me as I would be in deep thought, eating bologna sandwiches and Frosted Flakes and watching General Hospital. Luke and Laura forever, by the way. But seriously, guys, love you. Thanks for always being there and being a part of this enjoyable ride. I can remember the day that gave me great anxiety was when we left Newark, New Jersey, and we ended up in Wildflicken, West Germany. It was really here that started a series of events that would help create the character known as Shaq. It's important to know that my roots started untraditionally, with no fanfare. As a matter of fact, I was cut by my coach freshman and sophomore year. And I thought about giving it up. It could have all ended there. But there were 3 people who would change the direction of my life. Ford McMurtry. Ford, where are you? White guy back there. Ford McMurtry was my first official coach. We had a travel team similar to AAU. And what I loved about Ford is he saw something in me that others didn't. He gave me the freedom to emulate my favorite player, Dr. J. Yes, people, I was a 6'9" guard. I watched the fish that saved Pittsburgh 50 times. I knew all his moves. Next there is Iceman. No, not George Gervin, but Chris Woodard. Chris, where are you? Stand up, Chris. Thank you. Chris was a 6'7" Army-based legend. His Gervin-like moves earned him the nickname Ice. When others didn't pick this scrawny 6'9" kid, me, who couldn't play, who couldn't dunk, it was Iceman who would not only pick me, but push me to hone my skills and pursue my dream of becoming an NBA player. Thank you, Ice. And last but not least, Daddy Dale Brown. My father came in the house one day and I was sitting on the couch, feet stinking, and he just came and threw the paper. Get your ass up, there's a college coach up there, you might get a scholarship, come listen to him talk. I was 6'9", 6'10", couldn't play, definitely wasn't going to college. So I get up there, but before I go up there, I'm like, you know what, I'm talking to a college coach. Let me go in this dictionary and pull out a big word so I seem smart. So the word I chose was extremities. So Coach Brown is talking, and you know, he gets done with the speech, and I go up to him. I say, Coach, hi, my name is Shaquille O'Neal, sir. Can you send me a program to strengthen my lower extremities? And Coach Brown looked at me and he said, sure, how long you been in the Army, soldier? I said, I'm not in the Army, I'm only 13. What? What? Where's your father? I was like, he's in the sauna. I want to offer you a scholarship right now. And he offered me a scholarship on that day. Coach, thank you. But before I made my mark at LSU, my family and I would leave West Germany and move to San Antonio, Texas, where I would attend high school. It was here where I was given my first nickname. Coach Joel Smith and Dave Maduro would lovingly refer to me as Big Old Some Bitch. They would find, true story, they would find unique and wonderful ways to express their love. For example, Coach, I need some shoes. I can't afford no size 18, you big old son bitch. Coach, what time is the game? I don't know, but you big old son bitch, you better get 40 points and 22 rebounds. And when we won the state title in 1989 with an impressive 36-0 record, they both called me and said, you big old son bitch, we love you. I knew you can do it, big old son bitch. I actually thought my name was Big Old Son Bitch. I can remember one time the announcers, 7-1 from San Antonio, Texas, Shaquille O'Neal. That's a big son bitch. That's a big old son bitch right there. Excuse my language, children. It's also here where I realized the cliche is true. There is no I in team. Couldn't have done it without Doug and Dan Sandberg, Joe Cavallero, Darren Matthew, Rob Dunn, Eric Baker, Dwayne Cyrus, just to name a few. And then it was time for college. And as I mentioned before, I didn't choose LSU, LSU chose me. There was no way I was letting down Coach Brown. But once again, it was time to eat a big slice of humble pie, as I played behind two of the greatest players ever to grace LSU history, Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, and Stanley Roberts. These guys set the bar high. I knew what I had to do to get to their level. It's funny, but one of my motivations was to hear what Dick Vitale would have to say about me. And that day would happen, December 1990, LSU versus Arizona. Dick Vitale comes in the locker room and gives a scintillating speech. I don't know what scintillating means. He uses it, so I'm going to use it. Versus Arizona, gives us a speech, and then he pulls me to the side and says, Shaq, they got Chris Mills, they got Brian Williams, they got Sean Rooks, they're ranked number 2. You might not win, but have a good game. And in my mind, I'm saying to myself, thanks, Dick. Thanks a lot, Dick. But it was at that moment where I realized I could create my own destiny. And thanks to Mr. Vitale, I ended up with 28 points, 19 rebounds, and I don't think he realized how much he motivated me and pissed me off at the same time. I do want to thank the people in Louisiana, Mr. and Mrs. Mallet, Pooney and Dane, Gino, my favorite restaurant, Webb's Barbershop, Sean and Bud Connors, and the rest of the family. Because I heard Mr. Vitale say that when Shaquille O'Neal decides to leave LSU, he will be the #1 pick. It made me comfortable in trying my luck in the NBA. I'd like to thank the DeVos family and Orlando Magic for drafting me in 1992. I'd like to thank Dennis Scott, who showed me what it was to be a professional. I'd like to thank Penny Hardaway. We had some impressive years together. I'd like to thank Nick Anderson for missing those 4 free throws in a row in my first NBA Finals. I'm just playing, Nick, but when I was writing this speech, I was like, you know what? It'd be pretty funny if a terrible free throw shooter criticized a bad one. And then I said to myself, damn, I should have listened to Rick Barry. But then I also said to myself, you know what? I'd rather be a terrible free throw shooter that in about 15 minutes will be in the Hall of Fame. So Rick, thanks, but no thanks. Too damn big to be shooting underhanded. After Orlando, I ended up in LA. Kazam 2 was not yet in production. But what was in production was the beginning of a new Laker dynasty. First few years were not easy, filled with trials and tribulations. But Jerry West and the Buss family and their objective of rebuilding a dynasty knew exactly what to do. Bring in the Zen master Phil Jackson. Many may not know this, but Phil always made us meditate in a room filled with sage. Scottie knows what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know what sage is, but I know what it smells like. So one day I'm sitting in a room, me, GP, and Kobe. I've never been high before, but if this is high, I think I was hit. So I'm sitting there, and finally I have a conversation with Phil. I said, Phil, come on now. And Phil says, it's not, it's the cousin of cannabis. So I said, okay, Phil, whatever that means. So starting today, Phil and I will be opening medicinal sage dispensaries all across the U.S. I'm telling you, we used to be in that meeting like this. I'd like to thank Big Shot Bob, Brian Shaw, Rick Fox, Horace Grant, Tyronn Lue, Devin George, Gary Vitti, Mike Penberthy, Dale Harris, Miss Rambus, Miss Buss, and last but not least, the great Kobe Bryant, a guy that would push me. Kobe Bryant, a guy that would push me and help me win 3 titles in a row. He would also help me get pushed off the team and traded to Miami. But it was in Miami where 2 of my favorite people helped me obtain my 4th championship, Pat Riley and D. Wade. But I'd be remiss if I didn't name other key players: James Posey, Jason Williams, Antoine Walker, Hall of Famer Gary Payton. Stand up, Gary. Udonis Haslem, and Hall of Famer Alonzo Mourning. Miami Beach will always be one of my favorite cities. I'd like to thank the Iverson family, Don DeLucan family, Miami Beach PD, Doral Police Department, Mato Ramos, Steve and Henry, Prime 112, Dr. Kopp, and Barry University. Then after Miami, I played in Phoenix. I'd like to thank Steve Kerr. He was the first general manager to actually call me and say I was being traded. All the other times I found out because of loud-ass Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. I'd like to thank Mike D'Antoni, Steve Nash, Maury Stoudemire, Phoenix training staff, and my neighbor in Florida, Grant Hill. After Phoenix, I played with the King in Cleveland. After that, I went to Boston and played with 3 future Hall of Famers. Paul the Truth Pierce, Kevin Big Ticket Garnett, and one of the greatest shooters of all time, Ray Allen. So it's been quite a career, and nowadays what motivates me is applying the life lessons that I learned from my parents so long ago. I learned to be giving. Happy to say that my mom and I are approaching our 25th year of Shaka Claus. If you don't know what Shaka Claus is, I put on a Santa Claus thing and I go around and I pass out toys. Thank you. Happy to say my mom and I, we are approaching our 25th year of Shaq's Giving. So we go to homeless shelters and feed them what we would eat on Thanksgiving. You know, Gary, fried chicken, macaroni, throw some cornbread on that thing, some iced tea, some collard greens. Happy to say that I built the state-of-the-art movie theaters in a low-income area where I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. I also learned to work hard, but not to take myself too seriously, like sitting in a Buick I knew I couldn't fit in. Hey, they paid me $3 million. What you want me to say, no? Hey, that was like $3 million. I was like, I fit. Overall, I've done my best to be a good role model to the youth and to those who would look up to me. My message to the youth has always been the same. Never give up, work hard, and continue to learn. Not only do I talk the talk, I try and walk the walk. I left LSU in 1992. 2000, I received my bachelor's, so my mom said she was going to whoop me. Mama had an alter ego too, and the name was Bigger Belt. In 2004, I received my MBA. In 2012, I received my doctorate in education. Speaking of the youth, I have 6 wonderful children. 3 daughters. My oldest, Tahira, stand up, baby. Stand up. This is my oldest, Tahira. She doesn't know this yet, but after she graduates from college, she will be attending law school. Amira, Mimi, stand up, baby. Amira, who loves volleyball and basketball, I think you should choose LSU. Your daddy knows some people, I can make a call for you. When I go to Mimi's volleyball games, the parents hate me because I be telling them, spike it in their face, baby. I want all this bloody right here, spike it in their face. Love you, Mimi. My youngest baby, Miara, stand up, baby. I don't like to put pressure on my babies, but she works out with my sons, and I think it's fair to say one day if she continues, Miara will probably be the best women's basketball player ever. She's that good. Then I have 3 boys. Miles, stand up. Miles doesn't know this, but after college, he will also be attending law school. Yes, you are. Already paid for it, cuz. Already paid for it. Then there's Sharif. Stand up, Sharif. My son Sharif is already one of the top high school juniors in the country, and I hope to see you up here one day, son. And last but not least, my twin, Shaquille O'Neal. Stand up, Shaquille. If you ever want to know how bad I was as a little kid, you need to meet Shakir. Damn, he bad. We had a conference a couple weeks ago at his school, and the principal was complaining, and I just started laughing. And he was like, Mr. O'Neal, is it funny? I was like, no, it's me. I've seen him before. It's me. But Shakir is also a fabulous little player, and son, I hope to see you up here as well. My kids are the best kids in the world because they understood that in Daddy's line of work, I couldn't make many PTA meetings. I missed some birthdays. I missed some Christmases. I missed some school plays. I'd like to thank Arnetta and Shawnee for being wonderful mothers. Stand up, please, babies. Stand up. You guys have done a perfect job. Thank you. But there's 2 things my kids always knew. 1, not to disturb Daddy during nap time on game day. And they knew that Daddy's love for them is unconditional. And it still is, and forever will always be. Love you guys. I'd like to thank the fans, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. Every time you rooted on us, please know I heard you, especially when I missed free throws. Shaq, bend your knees. Shaq, concentrate. Shaq, play defense. Shut up. I found so much inspiration looking into your faces. You guys were a part of every win. Thank you for being such a big part of our league. Appreciate you very much. Give yourself a round of applause. Got to thank the commissioners, two best commissioners in sports, David Stern and Adam Silver. Stand up, guys. So you hear? David and Adam, stand up. David's not here. These guys have taken NBA to heights that none of us could have imagined, and they've done it with integrity. I'm proud of my relationship with them. And David, even though you suspended me 10 times, hold on to the amount of $4.2 million, I still love you, David. But if you want to write the check, I'll take it. Tax-free, please. And lastly, I have to acknowledge the people that have been particularly influential in my life. My first agent, Leonard Armato, who taught me how to maximize my potential. Thank you, Leonard. My uncle Mike Parrish, my uncle Jerome. For those who don't know Jerome, Jerome was always the guy sitting behind me on the bench eating popcorn, smacking me around, bossing me around. Thanks, Uncle Jerome. I'd like to thank Lester Nispel, my business manager, Dennis Roach, Gary Uberstein, Perry Rogers, Colin Smeaton, Cynthia Atterbury, Kenny, Chicago, Chef Thomas, Chef Alex, Alex Miami, Derek, Mustafa, Karen, Rock, Gina, and a guy who cared for my father from the time they both retired from the Army until he passed away, Uncle Bert Solomon. Thank you very much. Stand up, Uncle Bert. My father couldn't be here with us tonight, but I left the seat empty for him. And I know he's watching, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for everything. Today is a great day, a day of honor, humility, great sacrifice, and resolve to keep on keeping on. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee. I'd like to congratulate the other Hall of Famers. AI, you was a bad boy. You was. Two quick stories. You know I like to touch guards up when they come in the lane. It's no secret. I'm going to put them on their ass. I didn't know that. So the first time we played AI, I told Gary, I said, let him go baseline. I'm going to touch him up. I touched him up. He came back the next 5 times. So it got to be a point where we started playing chess. If I touch him up too many times, I'm going to be sitting over there next to Sage smoking Phil. And he'll take over the game, or I just have to let him go. So I let him go. Congratulations, AI. Yao Ming. Yao Ming was the first to block my shot 3 times in a row. And people like to say he's 7'7", but he's really like my favorite convenience store, 7-Eleven. He was a great player. And he tricked me. 3 years, I never spoke to Yao. I thought it was a language barrier there. And then one game, he hit me with a Akeem Olajuwon bing, bing, fadeaway. And I said, hey, Yao, nice move. And he said, thanks, my brother. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. You speak English? He's like, Shaq, you never talk to me. Of course I speak English. Oh, damn. I'd like to thank David Levy and the Turner family for giving me this great life after basketball. It's a true honor to be a part of this great fraternity. At the age of 10, my father said, son, if you listen to me, he told me this day would happen. And hopefully when a father's quizzing his son on a great big man of the game, hopefully Shaquille O'Neal's name will be in the answer. Thank you very much for attending tonight's ceremony. Just want to say, shalom, avida sein. Alex, how you say bye in Spanish? Adios. Salam alaikum. and peace. Love you guys very much. Thank you.
Welcoming the team to the Hall of Fame are three members of the 1960 U.S. Olympic team, Walt Bellamy, Oscar Robertson, and Jerry West. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal winning 1992 U.S. Olympic Dream Team.
Wow. God is so good. And Cynthia, I know you talked about your mom being in front of that flat screen, but joining her at that flat screen is a man who had a three-piece suit on, his hair all the way together. He had the nicest tie on, and he was our leader, and that was Chuck Daly. So God called him home to join him, and we want to say thank you to Coach, because he was the architect that put it all together, made sure that we checked our ego at the door, made sure that we were just about playing with one another and playing for one common goal, and that was to bring home the gold medal. I want to thank all these guys, because it was my greatest basketball thrill was to play with all of them and to go into the Olympics and win the gold medal. We'd like to thank David Stern for allowing us to do it and put it together, whereas he's the greatest commissioner in all the sports. I know he's somewhere. Stand up, please, to our great commissioner. This is David Stern. Thank you. We also want to thank Mr. Wall and Mr. Newton, because they were big parts of it. We want to also thank what Mr. Colangelo is doing right now for USA Basketball, and Coach K as well. So give them a hand as they get ready to go into battle. Last but not least, I want to thank Michael Jordan for setting the tone for us and a winning attitude, the greatest player. When he came in the door, we knew it was all about business. I want to thank Charles Barkley, as he really dominated the play and was our best player in all those games. I want to thank Patrick Ewing for that beautiful jump shot and always making us all laugh and have a good time. David Robinson for controlling the middle and making sure nobody came down there. And I want to thank John Stockton for always being under control and throwing the prettiest bounce passes of anybody. I want to thank Karl Malone as he went down the middle and everybody just moved out the way and said, no way am I taking this charge. I want to thank Clyde Drexler as he took off so well in the air and just glided like Clyde, the glide that he was. Then I want to thank Chris Mullin as he shot with the left hand, and it was all net every single time. And then he would do it one more time, all net with the left hand. Woo, woo. I want to thank Scottie Pippen as he shut down 5 guys on the team. Scottie wanted to play everybody, and he did play everybody. And one thing great about him, he could play all the positions. And last but not least, LB, you and I, brother, we came in together from college. It was a joy, man, to be alongside of you. I know your back was hurting, you didn't want to play. I called your butt up and I said, you gonna play. We needed this thrill one more time. And I remember Michael Jordan sitting there telling us, remember this? We were sitting there and he took a puff of his cigar and he said, Larry and Magic, you had your run, but there's a new sheriff in town. So And Kristen Lakener, I didn't forget about you. You thought I forgot about you, didn't you? I remember the first day of practice, brother, and Charles Barkley hit you so hard and you went down to your knees and he said, "Welcome to the NBA, young fella." Coach Wilkins, Coach PJ, we say thank you. It was an amazing run. And we want to thank all of you. So, LB, I'm going to let you close, brother.
Thank you. It's like always, he left me 20 seconds, so, but I just want to congratulate all the inductees tonight. All of them are very well deserving. It's a special honor to play with these young men. After 1992, which was my last game competitive I ever played in, pretty good way to go out, winning a gold medal and playing with, well, I can't say the best team ever assembled, but one of the best teams ever assembled. The cast of characters, the different personalities than Charles Barkley, but we had a lot of fun. You know, this group of guys here, there's a lot of debate going around who had the best team, the ones in the 60s or the one in 92. I don't know who had the best team, but I know the team in 1960 was a hell of a lot tougher than we were, because I couldn't imagine the 92 team getting in covered wagons for 8 days, going across the country, jumping in the Atlantic Ocean, swimming for 6 days, then walking 3,000 miles to the Colosseum in Rome for $1 a day. Thank you.
Welcoming Scottie to the Hall of Fame is Michael Jordan from the class of 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, Scottie Pippen.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. What an honor it is for me as a basketball player to have the all-time great presenting me here tonight. It was so valuable to me as a player to see someone who had the same desire, determination, passion, and love for the game. Who knew that number 23 would be here 23 years later, presenting me into the to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. MJ, you have touched so many people's lives, but none like mine. Thank you for being the best teammate. I will always cherish that experience, and I will cherish our relationship forever. Thank you. I want to start out by congratulating the class of 2010. I have some great guys in that class that I really admire. Karl Malone, Dennis Johnson, who his wife is representing him tonight, as well as Gus Johnson. But I want to say, as I stand here tonight, I'm deeply humbled to be in the presence of all these amazing people who have made such a tremendous impact on the mark of sports. Because I didn't get where I am standing here today without the help of many people, I hope those that I leave out will forgive me as I think of a few special individuals. I want to thank my mom and my dad for everything that they've done for me. Growing up with 11 siblings was a challenge, but we made it work. It was also an incredible opportunity for me to be lifted by so many times, by my siblings, by so many people for so long. I love and I appreciate you guys. To my brother Billy, who is here tonight, it's been a long time since the days that I walked on at the University of Central Arkansas, and I want to thank you for that trip. To the person who takes my breath away, my beautiful wife, Larsa. Larsa, you are incredible. You're everything to me, and you are a major part of who I am and what I have accomplished. To my kids here tonight, you light up my life, and you truly make every day fun and exciting. All of you are special in your own way and are destined to be great at whatever you choose to do in life. And I will be there to love you and encourage you along the way. Thank you, guys. My best friend here tonight, Ronnie Martin, my childhood friend. Ronnie, it's been a long time and an amazing journey. I appreciate you, and I love you like a brother. To my high school coach, Coach Donald Wayne, who's here tonight, would you please stand? I see you, Coach. I will say that I didn't mean for you to sit that far back. And he's also here with his beautiful wife, Brenda, tonight. But the influence of a high school coach can be so powerful. Coach Wayne, I wouldn't be standing here today without your encouragement and your support. Thank you. To my coaches at the University of Central Arkansas, Coach Don Dyer and Coach Arch Jones, thank you for believing in me when no one else did and giving me the opportunity to play the game I love. To Jerry Reinsdorf and the entire Chicago Bulls organization, as well as many of my great teammates I played with and cities I played in throughout my career, it was really an amazing dynasty in Chicago, and I'm thankful to be a part of it. Thank you. I want to thank my coaches, with a special thanks to Phil Jackson. When I say I played with the greatest, let's not forget, I also played for the greatest coach of all time. Thank you, Phil. To my teammates, whom lots are here tonight, if you please would just stand so I can recognize you. I want to thank you guys because I wouldn't be standing here today. Steve, Judd, Charles, Dennis, Randy Brown, Bill Winnington, Pete Myers, thank all you guys. I really appreciate playing with you guys, and I want you to know that you will always be in my heart. I want to thank the NBA and USA Basketball. Words can't describe my feeling. I was a small-town kid from Hamburg, Arkansas, and you provided me the platform to live out my passion, the game of basketball, on the world's grandest stage. Thank you. To my family, Nike Basketball. You have engineered the best for the best. I'm proud to be considered a member of the Nike family. To my dear friend, Lynn Merritt, who's head of global basketball at Nike, thank you, buddy. You've stood with me and you mentored me along the way. To my friend Ray Clark here tonight from the marketing arm, you're the best. I thank you for always being there for me, Ray. I played this game that I love so much, and everything I had, I laid it out there. I've also tried to live my life in a way that will make the people I love and care about proud of me. I have so much to be thankful for. I have been able to live my dream of playing basketball, surrounded by people I love and being cheered on by the best fans in the world. It was a great ride. For all of this, I say, thank God and thank you.
Presenting Kobe Bryant for enshrinement is a mentor, a role model, and most of all, his dear friend, Michael Jordan. Please welcome Vanessa Bryant.
I'm okay. I love you. Last February, I called Michael and asked him if he would introduce Kobe tonight, and he graciously accepted. Thank you for being here, Michael. Kobe admired you. This means so much to us. I used to always avoid praising my husband in public because I felt like he got enough praise from his fans around the world, and someone had to bring him back to reality. Right now, I'm sure he's laughing in heaven because I'm about to praise him in public for his accomplishments on one of the most public stages. I can see him now, arms folded, with a huge grin saying, "Isn't this some shit?" He's still winning. I wish my husband was here to accept this incredible award. He and Gigi deserve to be here to witness this. Gigi would be so proud to watch her daddy get enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I know Kobe's really looking forward to being here. He asked the Hall of Fame to specifically add a 6th ticket for Capri. He was so happy. He didn't really talk about upcoming awards, but he did mention this one a week before he and Gigi passed. My husband and I were sitting at our kitchen island, and he and I had a conversation about my mother and father-in-law attending tonight's enshrinement. I invited my mother and father-in-law to tonight's enshrinement to thank them for bringing one of the most amazing human beings into this world. Pam and Joe, thank you for raising Kobe to be exceptional. Thank you to all of Kobe's family. Sharia, you've gone above and beyond. I love you. There will never be anyone like Kobe. Kobe was one of a kind. He was special, he was humble, off the court, but bigger than life. To all of our close friends and family that have been present for my girls and I, thank you. That list is long and it takes a village, but know that your kindness and love does not go unappreciated. I know that Kobe is thankful that you're all coming through for his girls. We love you all and are forever grateful for you. If my husband were here tonight, he would have a long list of people to thank that helped inspire him and equip him to be in the Hall of Fame. Family, friends, mentors, the Lakers, teammates, muses, and opponents. This is one of the many hard parts about not having him here. At the risk of leaving anyone out, I can only say thank you. To all those who helped him get here, you know who you are, and I thank you on his behalf. I love you. I don't have a speech prepared by my husband because he winged every single speech. He was intelligent, eloquent, and gifted at many things, including public speaking. However, I do know that he would thank everyone that helped him get here, including the people that doubted him and the people that worked against him and told him he couldn't attain his goals. He would thank all of them for motivating him to be here. After all, he proved you wrong. All of the athletes that accept a Hall of Fame award share the fact that they have to sacrifice a part of their lives to dedicate more time to their craft. It takes a lot of self-drive, dedication, and discipline. No one can take away from their own success. Kobe's personal stats speak for themselves. Kobe was on a different level. He never took shortcuts when it came to basketball. He gave this game his all. Kobe played through injury after injury. To name a few, he had IVs administered during halftimes to play through food poisoning and the flu. He played with a broken nose. He had a broken finger and had it snap back in place just enough to finish the game. He also taught himself how to use his left hand to play the rest of the season while his finger healed. He even swished 2 free throws with a torn Achilles and walked off the court on his own. I'll never forget the look he gave me as he walked off the court that game. I knew it was bad. The crowd was cheering, and I was reassuring Natalia and Gianna that Daddy would be okay, just like any other injury. But as he walked into the tunnel, there was no wink, and there was no kiss blown my way. I could see the concerned look on his face. That injury was big, but his comeback from that injury was bigger. People don't know this, but one of the reasons my husband played through injuries and pain was because he said he remembered being a little kid sitting in the nosebleeds with his dad to watch his favorite player play. He could recall the car ride, the combos, and the excitement of being lucky enough to have a seat in the arena. Kobe didn't want to disappoint his fans, especially the ones in the 300 sections that saved up to watch him play, the kids with the same excitement he once had. I remember asking him why he couldn't just sit a game out because he was hurting. He said, "What about the fans that saved up to watch me play just once?" He never forgot about his fans. If he could help it, he would play every minute of every game. He loved you all so much. Kobe had many accomplishments. 5-time NBA champion, 5-time New York Times best-selling author, 18-time All-Star, a league MVP, and 2-time Finals MVP. 2-time Olympic gold medal winner. He is also the first professional athlete to win an Oscar. The list goes on, but his most cherished accomplishment was being the very best girl dad. Usually people thank everyone that has helped them get here, but since I don't have Kobe's specific list, I want to thank my husband. He did the work. He broke those records, and he inspired people to be great. I want to thank him for somehow finding ways to dedicate time to not only being an incredible athlete, a visionary entrepreneur, and storyteller, but for also being an amazing family man. Dear Kobe, thank you for being the best husband and father you could possibly be. Thank you for growing and learning from your own mistakes. Thank you for always trying to be better. Thank you for never giving up on us. Thank you for all of your hard work. Thank you for our family. Thank you for our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, Bianca, and Capri. Thank you for working so tirelessly to provide for us and for giving us the most amazing life together. Thank you for waking up at 4 a.m. to train, for making it home to kiss me good morning, and for dropping our girls off at school, only to go to practice, come home, and pick up our girls from school whenever you could. Thank you for never missing a birthday, a dance recital, a school award show, show and tell, or any games our daughters played in if your schedule permitted. Thank you for putting your love for our family first. Thank you for bringing so much joy to our lives and joy to the people around the world. Thank you for inspiring us to be better than we were the day before. Thank you for teaching me and all of us to put someone else's joy before our own. Thank you for being so selfless and loving with a heart of gold. Thank you for never taking yourself too seriously. Thank you for your sense of humor. Thank you for your wit. Thank you for never telling me no and always letting me have my way most of the time. Thank you for being patient and easygoing. Thank you for letting me burst your bubble every chance I got. Thank you for graciously taking all my harsh comebacks. Thank you for dishing them back. Thank you for being the Mickey to my Minnie and the Noah to my Allie. Thank you for loving me enough to last lifetimes. In every lifetime, I choose you. To our girls, Natalia and Gianna, thank you for sacrificing so much time away from Daddy so that he could focus on being the best at everything he set his mind to do. Bianca and Capri, I'm so happy you're here to see this tonight. Daddy was incredible. He loves you girls so very much. Congratulations, baby. All of your hard work and sacrifices paid off. You once told me, if you're going to bet on someone, bet on yourself. I'm glad you bet on yourself, you overachiever. You did it. You're in the Hall of Fame now. You're a true champ. You're not just an MVP. You're an all-time great. I'm so proud of you. I love you forever and always. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Welcoming Kevin to the Hall of Fame is another Chicago area high school legend who became one of the greatest point guards of all time, Isaiah Thomas. Anything is possible, Kevin Garnett.
And it is, and it is. I told them I wanted to go first, man, because I know we got the OGs in here. I know y'all got a bedtime in a minute, so I wanted Bill Russell to hear my speech before they all fell asleep. I want to thank Bill Willoughby, Darrell Dawkins, Moses Malone, Spencer Haywood, for the sacrifices that they took, that I'm being able to stand up here in front of you guys today. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. It's a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me to pay homage to the ones that came before me. Magic Johnson, thank you for your inspiration. Michael Jordan, thank you for being the big brother, the constant. I want to thank you for the bald head secrets, I appreciate it. I appreciate if you give me the secrets on how to grow it back. But I want to thank Isaiah Thomas for being up here. It's a huge honor for you to be up here with me, Zeke. Thank you. You know, a lot of people didn't know back in when I was a young guy in Chicago, Zeke gave me some profound advice, which made me or helped me make a decision of going straight to high school. So I want to thank you, Zeke. Seriously, thank you. I think today they would call that tampering. So you know. But a lot of people don't know I'm from South Carolina. I'm a country boy. I like to say that. Help hone my skills. My mother's a very intense and very passionate woman who cared about her craft, cared about the quality of her craft, and I think I took some of that from her. So if you guys want to blame me or blame the intensity, blame her for that. I want to thank my mother Shirley for that. To my older sister Sonia, I love you. Thank you for being my rock and my strong place. To my dates tonight, my two gorgeous daughters, Capri and Coco, thank you for being here. Thank you, Brand. To Ace, Camila, Naya, I love you guys. To Kendra, thank you. Bill, George, Joey, Russ, my team, thank you guys for your support. To my personal friends, Bug, Art, and Still, thank you guys. But I want to thank South Carolina, Springfield Park, where I learned to play. All the countless coaches that I had throughout my years, I want to say thank you, South Carolina. The city of Chicago, I want to thank you for adopting me, bringing me in as one of your own. William Nelson, Ron Eskridge, coaches that were huge mentors to me. I thank you guys for teaching me the game. Ronnie Fields, one of the best teammates I've ever had in my life. George's Music, all the Travelers, Bebe, South Side, West Side, all the places that I learned to play. I want to thank the city of Chicago for honing me and preparing me for the NBA. Thank you. To the city of Minneapolis, I look forward to rebuilding you. To the Timberwolves organization, to Kevin McHale, who's here. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Flip. Rest in peace. For teaching me, for helping me. Sam Mitchell, to being a constant brother. Sam Cassell, being an annoying ass in my ear all these years. To Gary Trent, the biggest piece of work I know. To Troy Hudson, Trent Hassel, real friends that I have today. My only regret with Minnesota is that I didn't get to bring a championship, but like I said, I look forward to rebuilding Minneapolis, and I wanted to say thank you to the city and to the state. Thank you, Minnesota. To the Boston Celtics, Rick Grossbeck, Dr. Cass, Jim Pilata, I want to thank y'all for an amazing ownership group. Danny Ainge, your vision, Doc Rivers, your leadership, helping me be not only a better player, but a better person. Thank you for teaching me in Ubuntu. I feel like I represent all of us up here, so thank you for that. Paul Pierce, I expect to see you up here next year. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your continued brotherhood and the brotherhood between us. We've been together since about 14, 15. Thank you for the Sundays on Crenshaw. I appreciate it. But yeah, all my brothers in the Celtics family, thank you. Celtic Nation, I love you. I appreciate you. To the Brooklyn Nets, when I was actually making this speech, man, I was thinking about, man, there's nobody else in Brooklyn there when I was there, so. But I wanted to say thank you to Brent Yermark, Billy King, Jason Kidd, Brooke Lopez, Joe Johnson for being just constant good people. It made my New York experience unbelievable, so thank you guys. My Olympic experience to USA Basketball, I seen Thule in here, Jim Thule, Big Sean. Thank you guys for an amazing experience. If athletes out there haven't experienced the Olympics, I would say give that one an experience, man. It's an unbelievable one. I think everybody should experience that once in their life. But thank you for that. I appreciate you. I want to say thank you to all the fans, man. Seriously, for everybody. For all the fans that ever cheered for me, booed me, it's all good with me. I appreciate you loving the sport, loving sports. It's because the fans is that we athletes are immortalized, so thank you. My final remarks are, I played the game, it's hard, played the game with the passion. I wanted to say, Timmy, thank you, man. Congratulations to you and Kobe. Seriously, there was nothing epic of when we battled. I look forward to all the battles, seriously. And I thank you for taking me to another level, you and Rashid. I appreciate you. It's an honor to go in the hall with you, bro. You and Kobe. Congratulations, Vanessa. I love y'all. That's my time. Thank you, guys. I love y'all.
Welcoming Tim to the Hall of Fame is his teammate on 2 championship squads in San Antonio, the Admiral, David Robinson. It's my pleasure to introduce Tim Duncan.
Okay, we'll try to get through this. This is the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Been through finals, game 7s. This is officially the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Been pacing my room all day, so let's see what we get. To my fellow inductees, what an amazing class this is. I'm honored to be here with you, listening to every one of your stories. Amazing stories, and I'm proud to be a part of this class. To my presenter, David, people always ask me, like, what did he tell you? Like what did he show you? And I was like, I don't remember one thing that we sat down and talked about specifically, but what he did was, he was a consummate pro. He was an incredible father. He was an incredible person. Showed me how to be a good teammate, a great person to the community, all those things, not by sitting there and telling me how to do it, but just like by being that. So thank you. You're at your best when you face the best. And I want to say thank you to the late, great Kobe Bryant, to KG. You guys demanded the best out of me, and it brought the best out of me. Thank you, guys. My mom and my dad, William and Ione Duncan, a combined 0 basketball knowledge. But they taught me more about the game than anyone else. You heard the mantra that my mom instilled in me: good, better, best, never let it rest till your good is better and your better is your best. They told me and made me have pride in everything I did, be the best at everything I did, be happy with what your role is or where you are, and try to be the best at that. And I'm here because of them. I lost my mom at 14. And in her place, my sisters stepped up to be my mom, my sister, my best friends, Cheryl and Tricia. Thank you. Thank you for all that you brought to me, for being there for me, no matter what it was. It's just, I love you. Thank you. I didn't pick up a ball until I was 14 years old. I was a swimmer. I was happy to be a swimmer. My sister was went to the Olympics. I aspired to go to the Olympics as well. Lost my motivation to be a swimmer when my mom passed, when my island was hit by a Cat 5 hurricane, and my competition side of my swimming was taken away. My fellow classmates at St. Dunstan's, my sister's husband, Ricky, were there to step in and guide this lanky, uncoordinated kid who was way behind and teach me all about the game take me all around the island to play in pickup games and leagues and everything else. So to those guys, to Ricky, thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Wake Forest, how did I get there? I was by chance in a game where Alonzo Mourning, I don't even know if you were there, but Alonzo Mourning brought some pros around the islands to play in the game, and my friends called me up and said, hey, you want to play in this game against these guys? And I'm like, absolutely, I want to do that. I make my way to the gym down there, and I don't even know how I played that day. Might have been good, might have been bad. There was a Wake Forest alum in that crew, and he called his coach and said, hey, you might want to take a look at this kid. Coach Odom comes down, and he wants to see me play. And the closest court to the hotel that he was staying at is where I went. And we waited around until enough people showed up. I played in a pickup game. Again, no idea how I played, but I played well enough that he offered me a scholarship. He saw something in me, and he took a chance on this kid from the islands. Thank you, Coach O. Thank you for seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. At that point, I was going to be a redshirt. I went from being a redshirt freshman, arriving at Wake Forest, getting chicken pox 2 weeks later, losing 20 pounds, to being a starter on a team that exact same year because of individuals who are still in my life. Randolph Childress, Mark Lucas, those guys stepped up for me. They went into Coach Odom's office and said, hey, you might want to wait on redshirting this kid. We might be able to use him. So thank you guys. Thank you for seeing that in me. Thank you for stepping up for me. The San Antonio Spurs. All right. What an amazing organization, just through and through, top to bottom. The ownership group, led by the Holtz, your generosity is amazing. You put us in positions every year to compete, and I so appreciate that. Thank you guys for all that you do for us, for me and my family. R.C. Buford and the front office. Every year I was there, we had a team that competed because of you, because of the organization. Quickly, before I get into the rest of this, my docs, Sines and Schmidt, my trainer, Will Sevening, the man who stands in a line of fire for me because I hate talking to people, Tom James, thank you for all that you guys do for me. To the coaches, the video guys, everybody that was there in the gym with me as I tried to get to myself, to my shooting machine, and asked you to leave me alone, but you were there anyway to help me through with whatever I needed. Thank you to the coaches. I'm not even trying to name all of them. To my teammates, Dave, obviously, I had 140 teammates. It was a stat I was given while in my 19 years there. Not going to try to name all of them. I walked into a team led by David with individuals like Avery Johnson, Vinny Del Negro, Sean Elliott, Monty Williams. That team morphed into a younger crew of us with myself, Antonio Daniels, Malik Rose, Bruce Bowen, but we knew how to run a team because of those guys. We knew how to be a team because of those guys. And I thank you for all those lessons you gave us. To look to your left and to look to your right and to have the same guys there year in, year out is unbelievable. It's a blessing beyond what I can put into words. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, I can't wait to see you guys up here and for me not to be up here. It was an honor sharing the court with you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your brotherhood. Thank you for all the experiences that we shared on that court. Thank you. My kids, Sydney, Draven, Quill, I am so excited about what is to come. You guys are amazing people, and I can't wait to see what you guys do, because I know it's going to be great. To my love, Vanessa, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love that you show our family. Thank you for continuing to try to push me outside my box. And I need that, and you do that for me. Thank you. Finally, I don't want to talk about him. He's gonna get mad at me if I talk about him. Sorry, Pop. Coach Pop. He's gonna be mad at me, but the standard you set, you showed up after I got drafted, you came to my island, you sat with my friends, my family, you talked with my dad. I thought that was normal. It's not. You're an exceptional person. Thank you for teaching me about basketball, but even beyond that, teach me that's not all about basketball. It's about what's happening in the world, about your family, just for everything. Thank you for being the amazing human being that you are. This story and journey doesn't make sense. I worked my butt off, but I was blessed and guided by so many people and improbable scenarios to get where I am today. So to all the people that I mentioned, to all the ones I didn't, my Spurs family, my Wake Forest family, my Virgin Islands family, thank you. I appreciate and love you all. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Black Hollywood.
ITL.